Welcome back, everybody, to some more Struggle 6 Pokemon Platinum with me, Daniel. Last episode, kind of was a all dogs have its day moment where our two very worst of the worst, Kricketune and Blissey, really did a lot of the heavy lifting for us. Surprisingly so. This episode, we're going to go take on our second member of the Elite Four, who we again have to take a very useless lift to get to, Bertha, in what looks like a pretty dangerous room. I wouldn't want to be stood here, put it this way. I just doesn't feel right. Anyway, let's complain less about the aesthetics of her office, and let's go talk to her. Well, you're quite the adorable trainer, but you've also got a spine. You saying that mollusks come in to challenge you occasionally? I guess Gastrodon doesn't have a spine. Aha! It's Bertha. Indeed. Or, she didn't say that, but whatever. It is Bertha. I have a preference for ground-type Pokemon. Well, would you show this old lady what you've learned? Sure. I never realized how angry those faces kind of shake together. And yes, Bertha starts with a Whiscash. This team is full of 4x weaknesses. There's only one Pokemon on this entire team that does not have a 4x weakness, and it's because it only has one type. Pretty sure Nature Power is just going to be Tri-Attacks. We're not going to be using that very much in this. We are going to take the opportunity. While I don't think Whiscash can do anything to us, yeah, we'll use Growth, because Rock types will get a 50% special defense bonus from that Sandstorm. I'm tempted to go again, but I'm not going to. We should probably attack immediately. So this is a little bit risky, because she does have a Gliscor in this team, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be what comes out next. It has 2 attacks that are super effective on Cherim, and I'm highly unconvinced we'll be able to knock it out in one hit, even with Growth. Having said that, no other Pokemon in our team is any good at taking it on, so we're just going to have to play the cards that were dealt. The other saving grace with this battle, every single Pokemon in Bertha's team is a physical attacker. So guessing if something's going to need to be countered or not shouldn't be very difficult. Also, note that the Gliscor outsped us, which is terrifying. And we did not take it out in one hit. Are we going to get a 2 or a 3-turn Petal Dance? Looks like we're going to have a 3, which is unfortunate in this case, because we're not going to be able to switch out. But we probably did about enough damage where really... Oh, wow! Okay, well, I'm going to stop talking and say, well, that was convenient. All those defense EVs by beating up Onix and Graveler has really come to the fore there. Having said that, we're going to get taken out by the Sandstorm, I think, which is a very anticlimactic way for Cherim to lose out. Yep, right on cue. I mean, we get a free switch, so there's that. But the rest of our team is not well suited to this at all. I'm hoping she brings out... I'm guessing that she's going to bring out Golem. Hey! Golem's fine. This should be a one-shot with Aura Sphere. I'm hoping, anyway. Surely, it's got, like, no special defense. Yes, I know the Sandstorm's up. But 50% on top of nothing should still be nothing. Oh, my word, we didn't take it out in one hit. Now we're in trouble. I'm in trouble, friends. She will definitely heal that Golem, and there's no way that we're taking an Earthquake from it. Well, we should have waited one turn. What a terrible mistake to make. We do have a Pokemon at least that is immune to Earthquake. So we'll take advantage of that. We'll probably put Reflect up on the turn that it's not going to attack us. Now, let's try and put it to sleep first. Let's try and put it to sleep first, then we can have Reflect hopefully stay up if we can keep it going long enough. So yeah, we'll put up Reflect this next turn. We don't have Light Clay on our cheese. So this is only going to last 5 turns, but we're definitely going to need it. And it did stay asleep. Awesome. So we can use Dream Eater. I don't think she'll switch out. No, she didn't. Like I said, the AI does not switch out anywhere near as much as a person would. But Stealth Rock can still be situationally useful. Not so useful against Bertha, though. A Dream was eaten. Still asleep. I don't want to run the risk of them using a healing item, so we'll just use Extra Sensory. That, and we have so many power points for it, we might as well make use. Why, even if I had the choice of teaching Cheese Psychic right now, I'd rather have Extra Sensory. 30 power points in one move is very, very good. So, Bertha brings out her Hippowdon, which isn't her ace. I always thought it was, but it's not. This is why we have Reflect up, because if we miss with Hypnosis, right on cue, we're not going to get wrecked immediately. Yawn is kind of inconvenient, though. With Reflect up, do you think Scramble would be able to counter it? Let's give it a go. Why not? Oh, it used Yawn again. Okie dokie. Interesting. Now our Reflect wore off, which is terrible. Terrible news. I think we might be able to take 1 Earthquake from you. Let's use Counter. Let's find out how wrong I probably am. Come on, stop. Oh, hey, I was right. And that Hippowdon is getting, like, double killed. Thanks for playing. We're still not out of the woods, though. So her actual ace is, well, not asleep. No, her actual ace, Rhyperia, is going to have Sandstorm. I don't have a grass-type move or a water-type move at this point because Grapes is out for the count. I can't really switch Maple in unless I'm getting a free switch. And with Scramble on this lower hit point, I don't know what move they're going to use. So Scramble's just going to stay in. We know it's going to do nothing this turn. Oh, we got outsped anyway. You know you're slow when you're getting outsped by Rhyperia. Ugh. On the flip side, though, because none of her Pokemon are asleep, I can put hers to sleep if I need to. I mean, we're going to have to. Although, does it make more sense to use Reflect first? Because if we miss, we're probably just going to insta-lose. Yeah, we should probably Reflect first. It has Mega Horn. Mega Horn should now not take me out in one hit. And then, yeah, worst case, we've got a bit of a buffer. Oh my word, that came scarily close. How much damage is this? Okay, so we're not going to get taken out by the Sandstorm next turn. Oh, but you had to miss, and yours isn't. Mega Horn is not 100% accurate, but you wouldn't know that. Okay. So now we're in trouble. What I can hope for is that it uses Rock Wrecker on Virtue, and that gives me a free turn with Cheese. No, with Cheese. With Maple. Okay, Perish Song. It can't switch out. We have 3 turns of which we need to live. Oh, it did not use Rock Wrecker, though. I don't think 1 Mega Horn would take Virtue out. That's a really interesting choice. Huh. Well, let's stay in, because we need to waste time. Alex Scissor did nothing. Nothing. Yeah, it's not even close to taking us out. Another one of those won't take us out. So we're actually going to win this first time. I think. I hope. Unless... Is Reflect going to run out? this turn, and then we're going to die before the Perish Song kicks in. No, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Wow, 2 hit points. And just because I don't... Virtue has spent so much time not... Yeah, it deserves to not get killed. Let's switch to Maple. Maple won't die in 1 hit. Not against Megahorn, anyway. Hasn't missed a single one, for the record. We wish we could have had Megahorn, but if we had, we would have missed at least 3 times by now. And we win in the most anticlimactic way possible. I guess that is that is very much fitting in with the premise of this run. Bertha defeated. Well, dear child, I must say that was most impressive. Your Pokemon believed you and did their best to earn you the win. Even though I've lost, I find myself with this silly grin. Even though her facial expression did not change at all anytime she spoke. You're quite something, youngster. I like how you and your Pokemon earned the win by working as one. That's what makes you so strong. I think you can go as far as you want. We can all go as far as we want if we do enough grinding, which we're trying to avoid doing, so... Yeah. Oh wow, most of our team got wrecked. I didn't realize quite how bad the carnage was, I guess. So we're 2 members in, doing a lot better than I thought we would. I don't think we're critically low on any power points with any move. We haven't even used Extreme Speed yet, which is the 5 PP move. That's pretty good, all things said and done. But yes, that was pretty close, and that is, I would say, the easiest Elite Four member in Pokemon Platinum. Having said that, we're in the very strange situation where we don't have a Water-type move, when I think 99% of people playing this game, normally, will have at least one Water-type move, you would think. They're just so common. Water types are just so abundant, and water moves have reasonably good type effectiveness, and Surf is, ubiquitously used because of its HM convenience too, right? And Waterfall's a pretty good move as well. Water's got a lot of good moves, it's just a lot of them don't have any secondary effects that are particularly useful. So, I mean, Surf doesn't have one whatsoever. But, then again, in newer games, you got moves like Scald that can cause burn, and Liquidation can lower physical defense, so... Water types are getting some extra move representation, I guess. So... Next up, I'm trying to think, so it's going to be Flint, who actually has fire types in Pokemon Platinum. But anybody who knows what the first Pokemon is already knows the problem that I'm thinking about. Let's keep going. Why are all the rooms 1 stage up? Could we not... I get that this is good for the disabled trainers, but can we not just have them on 1 level? Come on now. Also, this must be the hottest room in the world, and he's wearing... It's like a clown wig. I mean, it's his actual hair, but that's what it looks like. Yo, trainer. You had me counting the days on my fingers waiting for you to come. This is a children-appropriate channel, sir. Settle down. I heard from Volkner what you did in Sunnyshore. You managed to light a fire in that guy's heart again. How could you not expect me to look forward to seeing you in battle? How can you see anything? You'd think of all that, like... Would you not suffocate to death in this room? You're facing a Fire-type Pokemon user with me. At least in Platinum we are. I've already mentioned that, but yeah, at least they fixed that in this game. Let Flint see how hot your spirit burns. Referring to yourself in the 3rd person, too. This is a cool guy. Who kind of looks like Ronald McDonald, but... Elite Four Flint. Yes, he starts with a Houndoom. People who have watched this series will remember how Cyrus's Houndoom causes so many problems. We don't have a good type matchup. It's too fast for most of our Pokemon. At least it doesn't have a physical move. This is one of the very few Pokemon that does not have a physical attack. Thank goodness. And that's why we can use Blissey. Blissey can't do anything to it, but it can't really do much to us either. We'll get Light Screen up immediately. We'll get Stealth Rock up. It's gonna use Sunny Day because it's recognized, hey, our attack's going to do nothing. We'll get Stealth Rock up. Almost every Pokemon in his team is weak to Rock. Shame we don't have an actual attacking Rock move, but we don't really have one that would fit well anyway. Oh, I'm curious to see how much Shockwave does, because we can't really switch out. Everything we switch will get wrecked by Flamethrower, even with Light Screen up. That's annoying, though. Not because we'll lose attack power, oh no. But the burn, consistent damage being dealt to us will be annoying. Oh, I was going to say, that did more than I thought, and then it was a critical hit, so that would explain it. We're probably going to have to switch out now, because the burn damage is just going to keep getting into a situation where we just can't take any hits at all. Problem I've got, though, weak to fire, weak to fire, weak to fire, weak to dark, which it has Dark Pulse. The only Pokemon I have that doesn't have a weakness is a Pokemon that has 92 special defense and will not outspeed. I hate to say it, do we just have to stay in and ride out the weather? Yeah, we probably do. As terrible as this is, we can't switch in anything. Yeah, if only I had got soft boiled. I mean, rest would have even worked pretty well here too. At least we know for the future. And we are going to waste this Houndoom's time, so at least there's that. The burn damage is doing about as much as the Flamethrower is, just for context on how weak this attack is. And the funny thing about it, thinking about the rest of Flint's team, only one other Pokemon uses special moves predominantly, and that would be his Magmort, which is his ace. I think I'm trying to plan this out, so we're gonna get knocked out by the burn this turn. I think it'll be on a low enough health that it'll heal. Yeah, I think it'll heal next turn. Which means we should be able to switch Lucario in to at least take this out. Oh, it's going to be close. Will it actually heal? I think he will. I think he'll heal it. Which, if he does, means I should, use Lucario. Orcio, I suspect, will be a one-hit KO from full health. Yes, he does heal it. Okay, perfect. I like the Osphere animation. Big fan of that. Pretty cool. A lot of the move animations in Gen 4 look pretty good. So Houndoom's gone. Thank goodness. A lot of experience. Next up is his Flareon. Normally, this would be an incredibly weak Pokemon I don't care about. But our team is stinky. So of course I'm worried about it. But Lucario has to live. Lucario cannot die yet, so it has to stay in play. I think it'll use Overheat. We should be able to take one of these. Yeah, we can take one without any big issues. Now our Light Screen wears off, which is terrifying. So really the question is, do we reflect? I think we reflect first, because it's probably going to attack me with probably Giga Impact, as hilarious as that is. Oh, it Will-O-Wisp and missed, thank goodness. Interesting. And we missed. Okay, so that's a status quo. Not having Heal Bell now is going to be mildly inconvenient, but it doesn't really change what we're going to have to do. Oh, come on, man. Now this is going to take us out because we missed twice with Hypnosis. That's annoying. Okay, that changes the dynamic a little bit. It has no special attacking power anymore, so at least there's that. So we can probably Ooh, yeah, probably put Lucario back in. We don't have a super effective move for it, but with -4 in a special attack, I'm not that worried anymore. And we have Reflect up. That did not do as much damage as I had hoped, though. Team Burn's not going to matter in this fight. Our only physical move is Blaze Kick. And, I mean, technically Extreme Speed, but we're not going to be using that for massive damage. Please take this out. Flareon does have pretty good special defense. It did. Beautiful. Level 52. Pretty standard level up stats, and I Reflect wore off at the worst possible time. Because we definitely can't take a Flare Blitz from Rapidash. However, I don't think anything on our team at this point other than Maple can, and Maple cannot proactively switch in. So we're just going to have to... We're just going to have to eat it, is the reality here. At least we can do a little bit of chip damage with Extreme Speed, but it's going to be nothing because we're burned. Yeah, that did nothing. Sayonara, Lucario, you did your best. Yeah. Go on then. Go on, Maple, you can do it. This is gonna hurt even with Intimidate. It does give me a good barometer for how much Infernape is going to do, and that's terrifying. Oh, come on, man! You had one job, don't get burned! I was about to say that amount of damage tells me we might be able to take an Infernape Flare Blitz, but we sure can't now, and that is gonna be GG, I suspect. Because we're not going to do any damage to it. It's going to take us out in one hit. Infernape does have Earthquake as well. It would have been pretty touch and go if we'd even survived the hit anyway. But we certainly don't now. And we have two Pokemon that are weak to fire that are going to be slower than Infernape. Probably don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what's going to happen next. Also, we got fitted. Not that it mattered at all. But even my initial plan clearly would not have worked. So, a team that has horrendous weakness to fire is losing to a team full of fire types. It's not really a huge surprise, I think it's fair to say. But we are getting cooked something fierce. So we're going to have to have something as a plan to deal with this. And clearly, what we have right now is not adequate. Yeah, bye. Even with all your defense investment from all the Gravelers, you are not taking a Flare Blitz from an Infernape 5 levels higher than you. Sorry, Grapes. You are getting thoroughly squashed. We almost took it out through its own recoil. That's how much damage it did. Okay, so clearly that's not going to work. So we're going to have to change strategy just a little bit. But we did learn things. So we clearly learned that we are going to need a healing move on Blissey. Whether it's soft-boiled, whether it's rest, we're going to need something. Beyond that, though, we don't have a huge amount in the way of options. And our other issue, we're suffering from 4 move slot syndrome. So we clearly need Stealth Rock for Aaron. Light Screen is going to be incredibly important for the fight we just got wrecked in. And spoiler alert, is going to be incredibly helpful for the next fight we never even made it to. Do we end up getting rid of Counter? I'd really rather not, because it's its only way. It's our only way of basically hitting a panic button versus any physical attacks. And Shockwave is our only attacking move. I mean, we don't need an attacking move per se, but then we're just going to have that Houndoom sit on us for the entirety of the game. Because we don't have any way of doing any damage to it. So we need something here has to go. And the only thing I can possibly think of getting rid of is counter. So that's probably what we're going to do. We're probably going to get rid of counter and replace it with a healing move of some type. I don't know which one, I'll have to think about it. Beyond that, though, there's not a huge amount we can change. We could give close combat back to Lucario, but what does that really change for us? Lucario's big issue is it's outsped by everything that can wreck us. And it can't take any more Carbos. So I can't make it quicker unless I want to just level it up. I think its moveset is fine. My only other thought, and again, this is for a trainer we didn't even get to yet, is possibly trading out Dragon Pulse for Ice Punch. But we'll cross that bridge, you know, if and when we get there. I wish I could change Cherim's moveset, but it doesn't learn anything of any use to anybody. So this is what we're stuck with, as pathetic as it is. That's all we got. I mean, it can learn Synthesis via Move Tutor, but it doesn't take any hits from any Pokemon that are strong against it anyway, so that doesn't make sense to me. You don't learn... Lucario doesn't learn... Lucario. Luxray doesn't learn anything either of any use. This is just Gen 4 Luxray problems. It's a cool Pokemon, and it never learns anything good. That's just the life it lives. And then obviously Kricketune has nothing else that I can possibly teach it of any use, especially against a Fire-type trainer. It's not going to get a hit in either way. And then we have Cheese, who, I mean, it can learn Shadow Ball. I can give it Shadow Ball if I wanted to. Not going to be useful against Flint. I could technically teach it Signal Beam. Again, not useful against Flint. Really, the only possible thought is maybe switching the Odd Incense to the Light Clay on Chimecho. Maybe the Reflect is more useful than having Light Screen? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think there's a huge amount in the way of options. Also, Hypnosis is 60% my backside. It seems to be 60% when there's no pressure, and then 16% when there is. Anyway, I'll deal with the move slot scenario for Blissey between episodes, and I will see you hopefully next time around. Hopefully you enjoyed it. They tried their best. Give the team the like for trying their best, and hopefully you'll subscribe and see more. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.